Hey guys, Airborne Phoenix here, bringing you a little quick update on TheWarZ, and they've released a screenshot of what they want the HUD to look like, or what the HUD currently looks like, I should say. And here it is, basically on the screen, labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They're the main focuses of the HUD, or where the HUD is and all that stuff. And I'm going to go quickly just have a talk through them, telling you what each one is, what they're about, and what their purpose is, and basically, yeah, that's it pretty much. So I'll highlight on the screen now 1. Above 1 is where it actually is. It's the time and date. They have set the universal date time across all servers. So this time and date will pretty much be on every server is what that means. If you didn't get that from that. It says the date will start around October 15th, 2018, because they've stated before that it is something like 5 years after the zombie apocalypse or whatever has struck. And right now that the day and night cycle of the game is set to be around 4 hours. So I'm pretty sure what they mean by that is 4 hours day, 4 hours night, because I think this is actually a good idea and a bad idea for two reasons. The reason I like it is because in DayZ, I hate, even though it's realistic, I hate having like the really dark servers for extended periods of time, and I dislike it because some of my best experiences were in pitch black in DayZ. So I hope they pull this off. They say that's adjustable, which is probably a fairly easily enough fixable game mechanic, and I have to say the glare on this game in the screenshot actually looks nice. I can see down the road, unlike in DayZ where it probably blind me eyes, but that's irrelevant anyway. It's just something nice I just happened to notice as I said it. But alright, moving on to number 2. Your visibility and noise level meters. You can see them just above the 2. This is the standard thing, same as DayZ. Faster you move, more visible when you're moving, and obviously making more noise. And the way you stand, as in like crouch, prone, standing, also affects how visible you are as well. But apparently it doesn't say that it affects the sound. But I imagine if you're running, of course, you will make more sound. And so moving on to number 3, you have your food and water levels, your health meter, or your stamina meter. Apparently the stamina meter is only visible when you're running, so I imagine it will come over the top of those 2 or 3 meters just above the head of the avatar kind of thing they got going on there. I'd say that's where they got it, but I'm not a developer, so I have no definitive say in the thing. And you got a blood toxicity meter. I'm not totally sure where that toxicity meter is, but the white one is the food one, the red one is the water one, and I'm imagining the health one is the avatar, but I'm not totally sure about the blood toxicity level. Maybe that is the avatar and I'm just not reading this right, or like looking at it right, but yeah. And he goes on to say that if he's losing health every few seconds because he's so dehydrated. And yes, so in reference to the blood toxicity thing, you can get infected in this game, and the infection will eventually kill you, whether or not your avatar comes back as a zombie, as in your in-game character. I highly doubt it, to be honest, but you never know what they could accomplish. I am not a developer, I don't know what they can or cannot do. And yes, so that's pretty much that for 3. Is there anything else I have to say, really? White meter is food, red meter on the right, the most rightmost semicircle kind of thing they got going on there is the water one. The middle one is health, and blood toxicity, cannot see it, but it apparently is there somewhere, and obviously stamina is not visible right now because he is not sprinting. It only shows up when he's sprinting. And so moving on to 4 now, it's highlighted on the screen right now, and underneath it you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 1 and 2, these are by default keys now. Alright, 1 and 2 are 1 is your primary weapon, as in your gun, and then 2 is your melee weapon. And those are bound to keys 1 and 2 by default, and then 3, 4, 5, and 6 are inventory items that you have assigned to quick slots, to those spots, is what I'm trying to say, I suppose. So if you have an item you want to have quickly access to, like a bandage or whatever, maybe that's a different key. Maybe it's talking like drinks or whatever. You can hit 3 if you assign it to that. But yes, so you can have your primary weapon equipped and your melee weapon equipped at the same time, which is pretty cool. It doesn't say in here if your secondary weapon can be a pistol or not. It just says your primary weapon and your melee weapon. So I'm assuming that means that if you have a pistol, that will be your primary weapon, and you cannot switch from your, say, assault rifle shotgun to your sidearm, which is kind of a shame, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know what to say about it really. It would have been nice to hold on to your pistol as a secondary, but a melee weapon, it's nice to get in the face of zombies and smash some heads. So why not? And of course, they say these are by default keys. So you could I'm assuming that means that the keys are rebindable. If any of you guys out there are particularly fond of that, then by all means you have apparently the ability to rebind them as you see fit. Alright, so with that said, we're moving on to the last one now, number 5. He says, if you've got your primary weapon equipped now, so assuming if your obviously of course your melee weapon won't have bullets, but if you got your primary weapon equipped, it'll show how many bullets you have left in your magazines and how many magazines you have. So that's the 30 by 0. So obviously it's 30 bullets and 0 magazines left. So he's down to his last mag, or whatever you want to say. And then what your current fire mode is. So if you can see closely, you can see the A, which means he's on fully auto, I'm guessing. B would probably be burst, and then I guess S maybe would be semi-auto. I'm not so certain. There might be 3 different letters. That I've blown this up as big as I can tell, and I can't see any signs of other letters beside it. I made this as higher quality picture as I possibly could, given what I had, so I can't tell if it's just going to switch from A to S to B, or how it's going to work out. But yeah, so that's how it works, and that's pretty much it. Obviously some guns will not have fully auto or burst or semi-auto, but some guns of course will, apparently. So that's pretty much it. One other thing to note is I noticed there was no crosshairs on the screen, and I found out by reading it that he was playing hardcore mode, so there's no crosshairs in hardcore mode. So that's pretty much it for this entire analysis of the HUD. I mean, I'm looking at it now on a big full screen, and FANQTT, that's, or FWA QTT TQTT, I don't know how to pronounce that or what the hell that's in reference to, but obviously that's a friend. I'm assuming that's a friend. He's joined the game, and you apparently get notified if someone joins the server, which is kind of cool. I like that. The grass and road textures look pretty alright. I like the sun glare in the background, and the date in the game is October 3rd, 2089. So this guy has obviously been playing for a fucking long ass time. Standing up, his visibility meter, standing still. I think he's standing up. It's hard to tell how tall this guy is. Maybe he's a midget, I don't know. He's standing up or crouching, I'm not totally certain. He probably is crouching, actually, now that I look at the height off the ground. I'm rambling on a bit, but yeah, it's only like a quarter full on the meter, which is not too shabby. I'm interested to see what the perception of the zombies is in this game. So alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed this analysis of the HUD for TheWarZ. It obviously, the thing uses the 24-hour clock system as well. I don't think I mentioned that. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this analysis of the TheWarZ HUD. And subscribe, I guess, if you want to see more TheWarZ videos in the future, to all those who are not already subscribed. And that is all, I guess. Until next time.